Hey guys, my name is Jamie. I'm living in Oakland right now, Oakland, California. I moved here about 2.5 years ago. I'm an actor and a singer and an impressionist, and I like doing accents. Aye, so right now I'm kind of frustrated because I have been looking for a place to live. My landlord is kicking me out of my place, which is pretty kick-ass. I'm living here in North Oakland, and I'm only paying $400 a month for my rent, which is great. I'm an actor, so I can't afford to pay a lot. In the last 2.5 years that I've lived here, I haven't been able to hold down a job. Since I'm creative, my mind kind of wanders and I have a hard time. So it's just been a little frustrating. It's been frustrating because you know, when I was in college, I was really noted for my work, for my talents as an actor, and I thought I was appreciated. But now in the real world, it's different. And plus, I'm in a lot bigger place than, you know, Chattanooga, where I went to school. So this is my Scottish accent. I learned it from watching Eddie Izzard and Whom I Love, and I learned my Irish accent from watching a lot of Irish movies with actors who use their Irish accent. I've learned my English accent from watching a lot of Monty Python and Eddie Izzard and Harry Potter and Anthony Hopkins and Claudius and John Hart, stuff like that. So the best way to learn accents I mean, this is totally on a different subject, but the best way to learn accents I found is to listen. So just, if you want to learn a new accent, just listen. Just watch a movie with a Scottish accent, and there's a lot of them out there. I also learned my accent from, I always want to call it Dragonheart, but Braveheart. I mean, I don't think anyone in that film is actually Scottish, but I don't know if I'm actually doing this correctly, but if you want to correct me, it'd be much appreciated. If you have any advice for ways to improve my Scottish accent. This is one of like 4 accents I can do pretty damn well. So this, I just was asking for some advice and feedback, if you think it is good or not. This is the way that I normally talk. So anyway, I've much started to talk like this the whole time, all the time. Sorry, my computer's wiggling, I've got it on my lap. Anyway, it's just been frustrating. You can share your ideas about, your qualms with... Okay, I'm going to go back to my normal accent. You can share your qualms or your ideas or your frustrations with, being in your 20s. Being in my 20s has been it's been difficult. I graduated from college when I was 23, and I was an older graduate because I went to a thing called pre-first, which doesn't exist anymore. It's pre-first grade. Doesn't that make sense? And ever since I've graduated, I've had a hard time. I've never had any kind of stable relationship or stable job or anything like that. I've had a stable place to live, but now I have to move out of here. I don't want to complain, but your 20s are hard and scary, but they can also be some of the most beautiful, exciting time of your life. I don't have any kids. I'm seeing somebody right now who's a lot older than me, and he has 3 children, and he can't do plays. He can't do the kind of plays that he wants to do, because he has 3 boys, and his wife is like, I'm gonna divorce you, because they're separated. So she's like, I'm gonna divorce you if you don't see the boys every day. And I'm like, I don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. I can be in whatever play I want to, even if it doesn't pay anything. I can still be in it because I'm young and I don't have any kind of responsibilities like children. But it's been frustrating because I haven't been able to hold down a job, and that's partly my fault because I have a hard time. I get distracted easily. I don't pay attention. I'm really bad at paying attention to detail. So if you have any advice or anything like that, for me, that would be greatly appreciated. You can also share your stories about things that you've been through in your 20s, how your 20s have been good to you, or how your 20s have been difficult for you. But my dad always says, everybody goes through it and everybody gets through it. So just hang in there and know that there's other, there's so many other people our age who, even in their 30s and 40s and 50s, every age that are struggling. But we're growing up in a time that's really hard. This is one of the hardest ages that, it's been to grow up in. Probably the hardest since the Depression. So, at least we don't have to go to war. At least we're young and we have our health. There's a lot of things to be grateful for. We live in America. We can do whatever we want to. But it's hard, when people say that you can do whatever you want to if you don't have any money. I'm lucky because my mom and dad help me. They support me financially, but, it's kind of embarrassing that I'm 25 years old and I'm still living off my parents. That's hard to admit, but I am. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that I mean, nowadays, it's completely normal for people to say, oh yeah, I'm living with my mom and dad. One of my people that I work with, she lives with her mom, even though she's in her 30s, she lives with her mother. And when she first said that, I was kind of like, But now I'm just like, that's just normal. It's hard. And it's really hard, out here, it's hard in big cities. Living in Berkeley, living in Oakland, living in the Bay Area, it's expensive. Looking for a place to live has been really tough because I can't afford very much. And if you want to get a nice room in a safe area at a good, at a good price, you'll pay, $700-800, $600-800 for it. And it's a little tiny room, even smaller than my room, which is, a good size. And then you have to pay utilities and shit. So, anyway, I'm just voicing my frustrations and ideas and my opinions about this kind of stuff. And I'd be really interested to see what other people are finding hard, or any advice that you guys have would be greatly appreciated. So, just let me know.